Hello and welcome into the Sunday Sports Extra. I'm Andrew Chernoff. We have another very busy show for you tonight. The Houston Texans were hoping to snap their 9-game losing streak. We'll let you know if they could get a much-needed win against the New England Patriots. Plus, the Crossroads Bowling Center in Beaumont was the place to be this weekend. I'll explain what was happening there in just a little bit. But first, we begin with high school football, where we only have one area team left in the playoffs, the West Orange Stark Mustangs. The Stangs defeated the Jasper Bulldogs 18-16 on Friday night in an instant classic to advance to the 3A Division I state quarterfinals. And here to talk about that game is the team's head coach, Cornel Thompson. Coach, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
First of all, have you recovered from the game on Friday night yet?
Oh, yes, I have. You know, we spent the day, we've been looking at film all day of our next opponent. So, yes, you got to put that behind you, you know, and we'll enjoy it after the season's over. Think about the past, but right now we're looking forward to Carthage Bulldogs.
We'll put the game behind us in just a second, but first I want to go back to it for a little bit.
Okay.
The game you said afterwards was a classic West Orange Stark Jasper rivalry game. What makes that game so special?
Well, you know, just we've had 3 different years over the years in something like 30 meetings that we've met twice in the same year. And we've always had some classic football games, some 3-0s and some 21-6. It was a lot closer than that though back in the 80s, and 21-15. So they're all classic matchups where athlete on athlete.
That last drive, your team was down. West Orange Stark usually isn't down late in games. You guys are usually pretty much in the lead. What was your thought process? Were you feeling pretty confident that the Mustangs could drive down the field and score like that?
I was, because our kids were confident on the sideline. You know, there wasn't any hurry. You know, they had that look in their eye. You know, had a little that personal confidence, and they said they was going to go get it, and they did.
Close game like that, will it help the team going forward?
No question. You know, they have that confidence that they can perform in that when the chips are down, so to speak, at that particular time. So. Big confidence boost right there.
This team right now, the last team standing in Southeast Texas. For you personally, what does that mean to you? Because you know how much tradition in football comes out of this area.
Well, you know, for me personally, you know, for the kids, I'm thrilled to death, you know, because of our players and our coaching staff. You know, I know our offensive staff and Coach Dyer and Coach Pearson and the defensive staff as the coordinators, you know, our entire coaching staff and our players. It's a tremendous credit to them. So
Carthage is your next opponent Friday night at the Butch Thomas Center, 7:30 kickoff. Mm-hmm. Glad to be playing in Beaumont?
Yes, I am. You know, I'm at that age. I'm not wanting to travel very much, you know, very far. But, yeah, we're thrilled to have it in Beaumont. I know there'll be a big crowd out there Friday night. I know both teams will put their best foot forward and represent themselves well, and I think it'll be a classic matchup. The
Carthage Bulldogs, you've been watching tape, so we're going to quiz you on what can we expect from Carthage this week?
Well, you know, they're a spread offense, and they're well coached, do a great job of running their offense, both the run and the pass, throwing the ball downfield. You know, they're got a lot of tradition in their program, won 2 or 3 state championships themselves, so what you expect is 48 minutes of football.
Carthage has played a couple local teams in Jasper and Silsbee. Because of that, do you go out and start contacting and talking to, let's say, Coach Barbe or Coach McGallion about what Carthage brings to the table?
Well, Coach, of course, we've got some of their film in trade, you know, with the Silsbee in the game the other day in that contest, and we had the Carthage film in trade when we traded Jasper, so we weren't looking at Carthage at that particular time, but we do have it, you know. And I'm going to caution our players and our people, don't compare scores. You can't do that this time of year now. Do not compare scores, but it'll be a good football game, a great regional matchup.
What type of game are we expecting? We know they put up points, you put up points, and they each have pretty good defenses.
Well, I'd like to say it'd be a low-scoring game because I've been on the defensive side of the ball all my life, but you know, I'm not stupid enough to think that. I think that both of us has got to go out and execute our offenses and score with each other, you know, and it might be one of those contests where who makes the last big play in the contest.
What will it take to beat them?
Consistency, you know, control the football, score on our side of the ball, play great defense, you know. That's what Coach Surratt's telling his people too on at Carthage, you know. So you've got to go out and execute your offense, your defense, and your kicking game. So you've got to move the ball and take advantage of any mistakes that they may make, and they'll say the same thing.
And then, Coach, I'll give you a hard time on this one. This is our last question. You were just telling me when we walked in here, you played junior college ball, I believe, up in Carthage. No ties to Carthage this week, all West Orange Stark, right?
That's exactly right. I played back in archives a long time ago, you know. But great little old town. Love Carthage, Texas, but not this week.
Yeah, all about the Mustangs this week,
That's
right?
exactly right, yeah.
Awesome. Coach, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, Andy.
Good luck Friday as well.
Yes,
Okay?
thank you, bud.